Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, October 20th, 2011. Lots to talk about, so let's get right into the charts, and we'll see what we have here for the day. Right now, you can see the futures are trading higher by about $6.75 to 1,213 spot 25. A decent little pop. I put up a chart of the U.S. dollar index opposed to the futures, and here you can see the red and green candles are the futures, and here you can see the dollar. As the dollar came down, the futures rallied up. You can see the dollar index is now getting a bid. We'll see if these futures start to come down. That is usually what happens whenever the dollar catches some kind of a bid. The stock market will deflate. If the dollar moves lower, the stock market will inflate. So that's what we're looking at. Dollar's getting a nice little pop here. I'd like to see how this market reacts, and you should start to see the the futures, the S&P 500 E-mini futures start to fall as the dollar inflates here. If the dollar pulls back and sells off, the futures will go right back up. That's what we look at each and every day, and that's what you want to focus your energy on. Now, a couple of things to go over. It looks like there's some news out of Europe this morning. We'll see how good or how bad it is. I'm not sure, but it looks like the ECB and also the IMF are going to give Greece their tranche payment as soon as their austerity vote passes. So that's expected to pass today, and they'll get some money to pay some bills. How long does this last? I have no idea. Also, there's more news coming out saying that they're going to restructure this bailout program or whatever it is. But in any case, it really looks like a failed science project to me, but the market keeps buying into this each and every day. When we hear about all these bailouts going on in Europe, the truth of the matter is you have Greece that's been bailed out twice. You have Ireland, Portugal, which have been bailed out once. You have Belgium, which probably needs to be bailed out any day now. And then you have Spain, Italy, and France, and Germany GDP ratio is 80% to gross domestic product. That's not all that great. So I really don't know, how they're going to pay for all this or what they're going to come up with. But nonetheless, it is what it is, and it will lead to something else. And we'll just take it one day at a time. This is also options expiration week. So remember, whenever options expiration week is going on, options expiration is this Friday. There'll be a lot of game playing going on. There'll be more rumors than you ever heard before, and there'll be a lot of short-term activity. So again, we'll take it for what it is. Right now, futures are starting to slip a little bit as the dollar is getting a good little pop, and we'll see where it goes from there. If the dollar pulls back, the futures will rally right back up, though. So just realize that any pullback in the dollar, the futures will rally right back up. That's pretty much it. All that I'm seeing right now. When it comes to the European news, we'll have to just take it a minute at a time as it's released. Really can't make too much out of it at the moment. Continue to watch the U.S. dollar index. That chart has been very, very effective. It's not always one for one, but overall it's pretty much in line. The dollar gets a bid, the futures will come in. Okay? We'll leave it there at that. Now let's talk about a couple of other things. First, I want to talk about GLD, gold. You're going to see, let's get rid of this dollar. But here you're seeing GLD trading down to 157.57. Okay, so that's getting hit today. Spot gold, I believe, is down about 25 points. It's a pretty nasty decline for gold. Gold, in my opinion, is signaling deflation. I really don't see any other reason for gold to go down except that it is signaling deflation. Reminds me a lot of what happened in 2008. So you are seeing gold drop today on the spot, and that is moving sharply lower. And we'll see where it goes from here. Right now, trading at 157.54 on the GLD. This really looks to me like it wants to go down to the 200 moving average, and that's down here, 150, 53, 150 level. So I mean that's ultimately where GLD should be headed in the short run. Let's take a look here at silver. I don't think silver is probably in the same boat. Yeah, you can see silver trading lower again. There really isn't anything great for silver. You could probably look for this thing to retest the 27. I guess they had a nice big low around 27.50. So that probably is where it's headed. Maybe not today, but over the longer haul. So we got to watch for that. Oil. Let's take a look at the USO. USO had a real good sell-off yesterday. Today it's trading at 33.34. Yesterday it closed at 33.31. So basically flat. Spot crude, I believe, is only up 10 cents to 86.23 a barrel on WTI. Again, if the dollar catches any kind of a bid, that's going to put pressure on oil. Oil will move lower. So we have to watch that very, very closely. All commodities will be under pressure on any movement in or any strength in the dollar. Okay, and right now the dollar is starting to catch a pretty good bid, and I'll go to the dollar chart and show you exactly what I'm talking about. And here you can see the dollar strengthening pretty well, and we'll see where that heads. Looks like we did get some economic data out. Weekly U.S. jobless claims, 403,000. I guess they fell 6,000. I don't know if that's a positive. At this stage, we're printing, above 400,000 every week. So, but in any case, the market does what the market does. The dollar is starting to get a big bid, and you can see the futures starting to come down. So again, dollar up, market down. Really, just that cut and dry. You don't have to really even sift through the news until that relationship changes. That's really all you need to look at, in my opinion. I've been pounding the table on that over and over. Now, we do have these Greek protests taking place. They're somewhat violent. They're turning into a violent protest, and that is, ultimately not beneficial for all of these bailout funds and everything else, because people just don't want them. So we'll see how that turns out. A couple of other things I want to go over last night is the Asian markets. The Shanghai was down nearly 2% last night. Watch for weakness in the Asian ADRs, okay? Sina, Baidu, stocks like that. So you got to watch for weakness in the Asian ADRs. You can see Baidu's already trading down a little bit. Let's take a look at Sina Corp. That's trading down a little bit, okay? The Asian ADRs are under pressure. Also, you had the Hang Seng down 1.7, 1.8%. Nikkei was down 1%. Australia was down 1.6%. That's commodity heavy. Australia is known for their commodities. So you got to watch for weakness in copper today. Very, very big sell-off in copper yesterday. And then you have the Indian Sensex, which was lower by, I believe, 0.8% or 0.9%. So there could be a little bit of weakness in the Indian ADRs as well, only if the market is weak. If the market holds up, then it won't be really that big of a deal. But if the market is weak, watch for the Chinese and Indian ADRs to sell off. Okay, I know there's some news being reported that Colonel Gaddafi from Libya has been killed. We don't really know if that's true or not, but I don't even think it's a big deal at this point when it comes to the market. Okay, so we'll leave it there at that. Maybe that gives the market a little bit of a lift. It's always possible, but honestly, I don't even know if that's really that big a deal. Just watch the dollar. Here you can see the futures trying to get a little bit of a bid. Now take a look at the dollar chart. Coming back in, pulling back. It's all about the dollar. The market is just trading inverse to the U.S. dollar index. If the dollar moves up, this market comes back in. The dollar moves down, this market inflates and trades higher. That's all there is to it, in my opinion, at the moment. Alrighty, everybody. Those of you on the microphone, those of you in the chat room, we'll see you on the microphone at 9:30. Those of you out there trading, best of luck today, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care, everybody. Have a great trading day.